Hey guys, it's Nate with Sauce Ain't the Boss here again, and today is day number 40 of quitting drinking alcohol. Now, today I'm up here camping at Lake of the Woods here in Oregon, and I've got my family up here, and we were going to go down the Lower Rogue River, like I mentioned in some other videos, but our permits got canceled because they closed the river due to the Rum Creek fire. So we decided to come up here for a few days. It's really nice. It's a lot cooler up here than down in the valley, and it's a beautiful lake, and just having a good time so far. But today I wanted to talk about doing things for the first time, and talking a little bit about how all that goes, because this is my first time camping in 2 decades without alcohol, and what that feels like to go through and stuff like that. And when I first got to the camp and pulled in, I felt that old drinking version of myself, come to the surface, and oh, it's time to set up camp and crack a few beers and drink around the campfire tonight, and just all the stuff that you used to do when you were a drinker, and that kind of thing is completely normal because when you've done something for 20 years like I have, and had alcohol every time you camped multiple times a year, around the campsite, it's only natural that you're going to think about alcohol when you arrive at your campsite or whatever. It's just been part of your routine. It's no different than getting up for work in the morning and you don't think about having to brush your teeth. You just kind of grab the toothbrush, or grab your shaver and shaving cream and go, or whatever, because it's just been part of your morning routine for so long. And so it's just habits, and that's what I was thinking a lot about. A lot of this stuff is just breaking the habit of doing the thing that you've done for so long. And sometimes you kind of feel a little bit out of place when you're doing that. But it's the pull or the craving or the trigger. It was nothing overwhelming or anything like that. And as I've said, when you have gone a month without alcohol, dealing with all that kind of stuff just gets easier and easier. I'm not saying there's not those times where the cravings or the pulls a little bit more difficult when it's something like this, when you've really highly related alcohol to something that you've just always done, and but again, it's something that you're more equipped and prepared to do the longer you have gone. And being a month in now, I just see it for what it is, and I look at it interestingly enough as just a bad habit that I'm having to break. It's no different than if I was a smoker, or I chewed dip, or whatever the habit might have been. And so and I know these things get easier and easier the more times you do them. This is just my first time, honestly, camping with out drinking, and I just saw the little bit of a pull there, and this is where I say it separates the men from the boys, where you got to pull up your big boy pants and just be like, nah. And and it's not even a willpower thing, really. It's more just a acknowledgement of, hey, I see that pull or that craving, but there's no way in hell I'm going to give up 40 days now of going through all that BS just to start all over again. Because I know if I ever went back to drinking again, I'd be in the same boat. Within a few months, I'd start having health problems again. I would start having regrets and guilt and all the other BS I've talked about in all the videos I've done, and I'd be back over wanting to quit again at square one. And as I mentioned before, the first couple weeks, if you're going to have a difficult time, are always the worst to get through. And do you really want to go back there and do all that crap again, when you've come so far? It's ridiculous to even think about picking up a drink when you're this far along, and so you just see these things for what they are, acknowledge them, let them pass, and get up and do stuff. I just got done going for a walk, then came back, and I brought my big Weber grill, and there's what are there 5 or 6 of us up here right now, and I grilled hamburgers and hot dogs for everybody, and help put everything away. I just do more of the busy work when I'm out and about doing stuff, and that way it kind of just keeps your mind off things too. If you are having a pull to drink or whatever, but. And it's just, like I say, breaking that habit and retraining yourself to do all these things now without that thing that you used to do, that bad habit. And it's different in a lot of ways too. When I look around now, it's more. I don't know. It's fresher. It's a newer experience. There's definitely pros. I know tomorrow morning, every time I'd wake up, camping in the past, I'd be just hungover and feeling like crap, and it'd be cold in the morning. I'd be feeling like, trash, and then have to get up and put the coffee on and just sitting there with a headache. And I mean, hangovers are the worst, and the thought of going back to that would just be horrible. So I get to wake up tomorrow morning fresh and get up early, maybe as the sun's coming up across the lake here, and get breakfast started early, get coffee on. I'll probably be the first one up, honestly, in the campsite, and have our breakfast ready to go as people start rolling out of bed. So kind of looking forward to that. And you've got to find these things that are going to help you get through things, but also that you enjoy doing. And doing, I've noticed I've just, even my wife mentioned, I've done more. She likes that I'm not drinking because I do more, just everything, helping out, going out of my way to help others and stuff like that. So I'm definitely becoming a better person by not drinking, and everyone around me notices it, and if that's not what life's all about, I don't know what is. Sitting there and thinking you're having all good fun by putting poison in your mouth and waking up the next day wishing you hadn't. That's not my life anymore, and what I want to do. So anyway, guys, so day 40, if you're getting anything out of these videos, please give them a like, subscribe to the channel if you can. I'm going to try to upload this video here from the area I'm camping at. I think the internet's good enough to do that. But so anyway, yeah, remember, guys, sauce ain't the boss. You are. You guys have a great day.